What's up, everybody? So, things have gotten really crazy. Considering the circumstances that we get myself situated here. By the way, things could be worse. Check out what my new office is going to look like for the foreseeable future. Get to hang out on my deck and do my work. I finally get to have windows, essentially. I've never had a classroom with windows in all my years, and now I get to spend at least 4 weeks of time working outside on a deck. It's awesome stuff. My wife's hanging out here with me playing. What are you playing? A pandemic game? It's real fitting. So, anyways, considering the circumstances that we find ourselves in, there are going to have to be some adjustments made, obviously, to our routine. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through these slides, and you have access to these slides too. You can go through them on your own if you'd like, and we're going to just talk about how some things are going to be changing. Okay, so here we go. First off, the thing that everyone's probably the most concerned about figuring out how it's going to work is attendance. Now, as per the district guidelines, your attendance is going to be determined by completing each day's assignment on time. Okay? So I'm going to post each lesson and the assignments that go with that lesson at 7 o'clock on the day before class. Okay? And for me, I'm going to make each assignment due by 11:59 p.m. on the day of class. Okay? So the way that'll work, I'll post, for example, Monday's assignment for my A-Day classes. I'll post that at 7 p.m. on Sunday night, and then it would be due by 11:59 p.m. on Monday night. Okay? Now, each morning, the first thing I'm going to do is check for attendance. Okay? And I'll post that attendance each day first thing. For example, on Tuesday mornings, the first thing I'm going to do is check all my A-Day classes to see who turned in their work and who didn't. Then I'll record attendance accordingly. Okay? Now, we're only going to have assignments and lessons on A days and B days. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is going to be just kind of a catch-up day. Consider it like a full day seminar. Or if there's some stuff that we're working on that you're confused about that you need extra help with, Friday could kind of be our tutoring day if you need it to be. Okay, so if that's something that you would like to, spend your Friday either Google Hangouts with me or just going back and forth through email working on something, shoot me an email and we'll figure something out. But Fridays are going to be a work day, okay, for all of us. So take advantage of those if you need to. Okay? So for attendance, if you just simply get your assignments done by the due date, you're good. Okay? Now, I understand that there are going to be instances where people do turn stuff in late. Duh. So here's how this works. If you fail to complete an assignment on time, you're going to have until 8 a.m. on the next day of my class to submit it for a score and to be counted as present for that day's class of work that you missed. Okay, so for example, if Bryant doesn't submit Monday's assignment until Wednesday morning at 6:30 a.m., he's good. He's still going to receive a score for that assignment and his absence will be corrected because he submitted it before 8 a.m. on the following day of our class. Okay? But if Bryant doesn't submit Monday's assignment until Wednesday afternoon, then his score for that assignment is going to remain a 0 and his absence is going to remain for that day's class. Okay, the district is being very strict about these assignments being turned in as far as recording attendance. Okay, so we can't allow very much leeway with this. So if I assign something for Monday's class and you don't get it turned in by 11:59 p.m., okay, you have until Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Same thing for Tuesday. If I assign something for Tuesday's class and you don't get it done by Tuesday night 11:59, you have until Thursday. Okay. Now the way that'll work for Thursday and Friday classes, Wednesday and Thursday classes. If you have something assigned on Wednesday and you don't get it turned in on time, you'll have until 8 a.m. on Friday to get it turned in. Thursday classes, you would have until 8 a.m. on Saturday. So everyone's getting that, 1.5 day window of time. Okay. But just to alleviate all stress and to clear up any confusion, just get your stuff done on time, get it submitted, call it square. Okay. So if you do forget to turn something in, you have a little bit of a window to get it turned in and you will get a score for it and you will get counted as present. Okay. But not much of a window. So stay on top of your stuff. Figure out a routine, figure out a schedule, figure out when you can work on this work on your, schoolwork, when you're the most effective, when you're the most efficient, when you're the most awake, and, pencil in, set aside, block out a bit of time every day during that period to work on this stuff. Okay, you got to have a routine so we don't fall into the trap of having a bunch of late work that we have to try to constantly get caught up on, and just that unnecessary stress in this already stressful time. Okay, I promise I'm not going to overburden you with too much work. I mean, I'm still going to challenge you, but I'm not just going to continue piling it on and piling it on. I'm going to give you a reasonable amount of work that I expect to be completed on time. Okay, so get that stuff done on time, no stress. Now, there will be a minimum of 2 assignments each week, one for each day of class. I'll post an assignment for my A day classes, and I'll post an assignment for my B day classes. Okay. Now I'm going to try to keep it to no more than 2 or 3, assignments at a time, because, like, I know this is stressful, this is confusing, there's a whole lot going on. So I don't want to overburden you guys any more than necessary. But you will be required to complete at least 2 assignments for me a week to show that you were in attendance. Now, since I am, drastically lessening the amount of work that I'll be giving, I'm going to change up the way I do my grades. And from here on out, all assignments are going to be weighted. Okay, now what that means in teacher speak is that no longer do XP assignments not affect your grade. From here on out, every single thing that I assign is going to affect your letter grade, your A, B, C, D, or F grade. Okay, so once again, just trying to put a little bit more emphasis on the importance of getting that stuff done and turned in on time. Okay, everything's going to affect your grade now. Everything counts. So get your stuff done. Get your stuff done on time. Be on top of what you need to be on top of. Now, at least one assignment is going to be added to the grade book each week. Now, I'm going to do my darndest to try to add both assignments to the grade book each week, but some weeks we might have, some varying things going on. There might be some weeks where I assign something on a Monday that's not due until that following Monday, and then, that Wednesday or whatever, there's maybe just a simple discussion board post or a Flipgrid thing just to show that you were there. Okay. We'll get more into the weeds about how assignments are going to work and due dates, because, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work myself. So we're in this thing together, just like we have been all year. So I will, relate to you any changes that come as far as due dates and assignments and multiple assignments and all that confusing stuff. But what you need to know is I'm going to at least post 2 assignments a week, and you're going to need to complete at least 2 assignments a week, and at least one of those assignments is going to go into the grade book. Okay? So you have a 50-50 shot, but you're still going to need to get all your stuff done in order to be counted as present. So, I mean, I guess you really don't have a 50-50 shot. You're going to be burned either way. So get your work done. It's all going to just come back to getting your work done and asking me for help if you need it. And that gets us to our next slide, my office hours. Now, during the school week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am going to probably be working on, school stuff a bigger chunk of the day than just 10 to 11:30. But between the hours of 10 to 11:30, I am 100% going to be on my computer doing something. So that will be the time when you can absolutely, positively, no questions asked, get a hold of me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right? Now, that's not to say that you won't be able to email me or something like 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, and I'm not going to get back to you right away. But for sure, 100%, that'll be when you can get a hold of me. Okay? Now, this can be the time when, if you're really confused about something, you're lost, you don't understand, you need a little extra help, that can be the time that you can maybe shoot me a message on Google Hangouts. We can do a video chat, we can conference, we can, face to face if we have to. But 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. is going to be your best bet to get a hold of me for anything that you possibly need. Okay? And down there, you can get a hold of me through email. You can send a private comment on one of your Google Classroom assignments. Whenever you do that, it shoots me an email and alerts me. Google Hangouts, like Instant Messenger on Google. And if none of the other stuff works, you can always send me a message on Instagram at Mr. Barker Cool Guy. Okay? Last thing, social impact. So after you guys complete and submit step 8, your elevator speech, which a lot of you still have not done, and that is going in the grade book for 4th quarter. That is a weighted grade. That's going to technically be our last Bosch challenge, but just like everything else this quarter, it's going to be weighted and it's going to impact your letter grade. So if you haven't got that done, and technically it was due at the time of this recording 2 days ago, last Friday, but If you haven't got that done, get that turned in as soon as you possibly can, because chances are, if you're watching this, you probably have a Z in the grade book for that right now, and it's probably drastically impacting your grade at the moment. So get that thing taken care of. Now, after you guys finish step 8, we're going to take a little bit of a social impact break, I think, at least for a week or two, until I can wrap my head around what's going on, and all of your math teachers and Mr. Harrington and Mr. Hoover and myself, we can all get together and meet. We're actually meeting virtual meeting on Monday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, to talk about what our next steps and uh, you know what the possibilities are for social impact. Because I highly doubt your parents right now are super willing to let you guys go run around and interact with a bunch of strangers and whatnot. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm kind of getting my information day to day, just like you guys are. But as soon as I do know something, I will be sure to send out a message to everybody and let you know what the plan is. Okay. But just for at least this week and probably next week, we are going to be taking a break. Okay. At least in this class. Now, your math classes, you guys might be picking up steam and doing a lot more with it than what you have been. But for me, a couple weeks break until I can get all the answers I need and get everything squared away like I need to get it squared away. Okay, so it's like it says in that second bullet. It's not to say we're not going to revisit the project, so don't lose or throw away your social impact booklet. Keep a hold of that thing, okay? Keep track of that thing. And hey, that's it. So not a whole lot of changes. Well, I mean, I guess I guess it is a whole lot of changes. I mean, for crying out loud, school's been canceled because of a pandemic virus that's ravaging the entire globe. But as far as what I expect from you guys, not a lot has changed. Okay, I still expect you to, apply yourselves to, have a good attitude and to simply do the work that you're given to the best of your ability and submit it so that I can assess it, and that's so that I can see whether or not you guys know what you need to know and whether or not you can do what you need to do. Okay? So if there are any questions, any concerns, any confusion, anything like that, email me, message me on Instagram, Google Hangouts, something. Okay? You got to reach out now. All right? There's no longer, you can't just slip through the cracks. You guys are going to have to self advocate if you need help. All right? So now that you've watched this video, now that we went through these slides together, today's assignment is going to be a simple 10-question Google quiz over all these changes to our routine and my expectations. And after you guys take that Google quiz, you're done for the day. That's our work for this first day of digital learning. Oh, crap. I had a sneeze and I lost it. I guess that will be the one side effect of working outside on the deck, is my allergies are going to really take a big hit. And with being as much of a hypochondriac as I am, right, babe? I'm going to continually think that I have come down with the coronavirus. So I guess there's a give and a take to everything. All right, I'm going to get off here and let you guys get to the quiz, and I will see all of your bright and shining digital faces sometime soon. But until then, strive today, thrive tomorrow. Peace!